Hello, beautiful family. How are you? 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 I actually would love to just allow some time and space in your heart, from my heart to your heart, just the deepest loving, the deepest knowing that you are safe, that you are held, the deepest consideration for however you feel in your body. I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to take a breath in and out. I invite you to breathe in your life force and out any density. Just allow yourself to come back to your center, to come back to love, to come back to the beauty of within. And I just want to share with you first this little piece. I love you and you are safe. I love you and you are held. I love you and you are divine. I love you. I love you. I love you. You are safe. I love you. You are worthy. I love you. You are okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. Akatiara moriaste, atikaramoria ati akostia, chorimaya kadiliasi, atikaramoria, atia, akatia ostia morekale, arimayaste, akatu. Ekrimia akatiaria mostia kritia stikoria atstia oriosjodomoya atstia. I love you. I love you. Akatia moriastia kororiatia atia koroliatia moriastia. I love you. I love you. You are safe. I love you. I love you. Just taking a moment to feel that in your body. Just taking a moment to allow that to feel, radiate, activate throughout your body. Just allowing yourself the space within your body to feel and allow that to land in your body. Knowing there's no right or wrong, I want to open this space for as long as needed for you to share what's alive for you. Not what you think about anyone else, not what you want to project about me or anyone else, but what you feel for yourself. Whether it be fear, whether it be frustration, but do that with kindness, do that with understanding, do that with compassion of yourself. And I'm going to leave this space open for anyone who feels called to actually just be deeply seen and deeply held. I'm feeling so alive to just create this space. And if you feel called to come forward and share, then please do. But please do that from a compassionate, kind place. If you have fears, please express those. If you have frustrations, please say so. But be mindful of how you say so. That's all I invite. That's all I ask. So I wanted to jump on and really speak into the division that I've seen, what I've felt in my body since. I feel we get to have a choice. It's our body, my body, my body, my body. And I want a choice in my body. I have been sexually abused. I have had abuse. I have physical abuse, emotional abuse. I've had people project their sexuality onto me. I've done that myself. My body has not been my body for 33 years. I gave it up. The pain was too much. The amount of lack of control that I felt I had around my body, I dissociated from myself. I disassociated from my body. I literally became an empty vessel. I became an instrument for men. It wasn't mine. And it has taken me 18 months to 2 years to stand in my freaking power, to take my power back firstly, to take my power back, to take my body back, to bring back and honor my body. It has taken me 18 months to 2 years of deeply journeying, of detaching from my sexual identity as my only way of feeling worthy, of deeply detaching from all the stories, from all the abuse, from all the pain, from holding on to the pain. I've done so much deep healing work over the last 2 years to take my power back, to love and honor my body, to feel that I feel empowered in my choices in my body, in how I show up, in who I allow to touch, to see, to feel my body, and how. It's all choices that I get to make and that I choose to make from a place of sovereignty, from a place of empowerment, from a place of consciousness. And I started to just look within and look at how can I empower myself to make better choices for myself? How can I actually honor my body and honor myself now? And so I went to one of the freedom rallies last year, I think it was in September, and I had so many people that were like, why would you go to that? Or so many people that were in fear of going to that for being arrested. I wanted to go because I wanted to stand in solidarity. I wanted to stand there and stand side by side with people and know that they are heard and they are not alone. So I stand and I go to these things because I want people to know they're not alone. I want people to know that it feels isolating, and it's been designed like that. It's designed to separate and divide, but I want you to know that you're not alone. And I don't give a shit what side of the fence you sit on. I don't care. Literally don't care. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care how frustrated and angry and how you see the world and why. What I care about is you knowing that you're not alone. What I care about is you knowing, regardless of where you're at, is that you are not alone. What I care about is that regardless of what's going on in your world, that you know that you actually have a choice. And I invite you to come back to love. What do you need right now? Not just what does everyone else need and you need to focus on your life and do everything for everybody else. What do you need? What does your family need? I'm here and I'll take bullets. And I've taken bullets for 10, 15 years on when I do speak into this. I'll take the bullets and I'll continue to take the bullets. I am a light warrior. Always have been, always will be. I've always stood for injustices. I've always stood for things that I feel are important. I've always stood for people that I love and care for. I never stood for myself, but I've always done what I feel is right for myself, and I've always protected. That's the Leo in me. That is the lioness, and she is fierce. And I will stand for things that I believe are true and real, and I will stand for choice. I will stand for empowerment. I will stand for what is your truth. Not regurgitated shit, but what is your truth? What is your truth? What do you feel in your body? What do you know in your heart? And I will hear you, and I will hear any side of the coin, but I will question either side, and you can ask anyone in my life, regardless of what side you sit on, I will question. I don't want to sit on either side. I want to sit on the fence and witness everything that's going on. I want to be on top of the fence, witnessing everyone. I want to invite you to have a look at, is this creating more separation, or is this creating more love? Is this creating more division, or is this creating unity? Do you think people that were on the verge of World War II, on the verge of Vietnam, believe that that's where it was going to go? I do believe this is modern day war. This is spiritual war. This is war over our bodies. This is not the first time this has happened in history, and I didn't even know that until recently. We get to stand. We get to have a voice. We get to be seen and heard. Do I have fear some days? I'll be honest, some days I have fear. Some days I am so fearful of what the hell are we in for? I have fear for my son, who is no longer with me. He's chosen to go and be with his dad and their family, and he wants to protect them. I had lunch with him this week and he goes, Mom, I can't leave them. I said, beautiful baby, but know that I'm here to support you so you can support them. I'm not going to make his decision about me. I'm not going to make his decision about me wanting to protect him. I want to support him in his decision and what he chooses, because he's a sovereign being and he gets to do that. And I trust that what I've taught him up to this point is powerful enough for him to stand in his truth and to know that he has support in me and that whatever he needs, I'll give him. So I stand. I will stand for my rights. I will stand for the injustices of what I see, what is my vision, what is my perception of what's going on. So I wanted to jump on and I wanted to share that with you. Because I come from love. I come from sovereignty. I come from divinity. When I really tuned in last year at the start of all of this, I asked Source, I asked God, I asked Universe, I asked the powers that be. I'm like, how can I show up for humanity right now? How can I show up for humanity right now? What do you need from me? And I realized that everything in my life had led me to this point. All the abuse, all the times where my body was not my body. And over the last, 18 months or 2 years where I was taking my power back and feeling empowered in my choices, and I realized that my body is my body and I do have choice. All of that led me to this. I'm not on a side. You know what I am in? I'm in love. I'm in unity. I choose love and unity. I'll sit on top of the fence and I'll look out. And I'll be like, hey, do you want a hand? Do you want a lift? Like, I don't want you being on the side. I want you up on the fence with me, looking out and actually witnessing everything and just being in love. Witnessing and being in love. In love. With yourself, with others, connecting in, compassion, all the goodness. And then choosing your life for what feels right for you from this empowered place of choice. This is not an attack on anyone. This is not about me disrespecting anyone. Anyone who follows me knows that everything I freaking share comes from a place of love, comes from a place of kindness, comes from a place of like empowerment, leadership. Because I want you to know that you are so much more than what we have been indoctrinated and programmed to believe. So much more. Everything I share, everything I do, I literally embody. Not just talk the talk, not walk the walk. I embody this. Live, breathe it. Every conversation I have in my life is about helping people be seen and heard regardless of where they are and just coming from love. I know in my own heart that I'm not infecting anybody with anything other than love and kindness and understanding. And if you choose to perceive that another way, then that's the lens you're looking through, and I invite you to look at or work with other people, myself, whomever, to change that. Because I too used to look like that, and I've done so much work on myself, so much healing to change that. And now I live and feel more free now, where we are in a lockdown, where we cannot go and travel and do the things, where there's so much going on externally to take our freedoms away, and I feel more free and alive, magic than I've ever felt in my entire life. How can I feel like that given what's going on in the world? Because I freaking choose it. Because I choose it, and I choose to take control of the things I have control over. And I choose to take control over my mind. I choose to take control over my emotions. I choose to witness and hold myself accountable. And if I can't hold myself accountable, I choose to invest in people that will. I choose to surround myself with people that will. We actually get to choose. We get to choose. We get to come back to sovereignty. We get to come back and do the things. We actually just get to live our life how we choose to. And if you feel like you can't do that right now, then question why not. Not question what you're being programmed. I invite you to have a look. And the only way you can feel like you failed, or this is a failure, or that you don't have choices, when you actually choose that. When you choose to feel like a failure, or you feel like the system is failing you, or you feel like you don't have a choice, is when you don't. Because you're choosing it. And right now we still have choice, and so I will exercise my choice, and I will go and stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters, and I will speak and be seen and be heard and hold and hear and see. And I'm feeling called to hold space in my Sisters Rising container and actually activate that more. And I feel like I'm going to jump on every week and actually do activations and cleansings and just allow space. So if you feel called, jump into that container, and I'll leave the link below for you to feel like you have a space. Right now I feel called to hold the collective sisterhood, the rising of the feminine that is in her rage and has been in her rage for some time, to hold that. And so I'm going to finish off as I continue to shift this energy. So I just invite you to close down your eyes. Take a breath in and out. I invite you to come back home to your body. The easiest way for you to find neutrality, to come back to yourself and your center, is to connect back into your breath. And out. Come back to your body and allow the time, the space, the sovereignty to come back to yourself. To cancel out the noise, the external noise, regardless of what external noise that is, and come back home to yourself, to your body, to your sovereignty, to come back to your truth, to your beingness. Just come back and place your hand on your heart and feel the beat of your drum. Beat of your drum. The beat of your drum. Breathing in your life force and knowing that this life force holds you. This is your breath. This is your energy. This is all that it takes to come back to yourself. Come back to breath, come back to your body, come back to the quiet. And if it is noisy in your mind, allow your monkey mind to just do its thing and just come back to your breath, come back to your body. In your breath, you have control. You can come back to your center in this place. Come back to your center, your truth, your sovereignty from your breath. You get to choose to come back to yourself. Make it about yourself. You get to choose. And there is no right or wrong in your choosing if you are choosing for yourself. If you're choosing for everybody else, there will be someone that will never like it, and you will feel like you're never achieving what you want and never making everybody happy because you can't, because it's everybody else. If you do and come back to yourself and do life for you, and do what feels right for you, there is no right or wrong in that. No one can wrong you for doing what you feel is right for yourself. More compassion, more love, more light. Just breathing in your life force. And as you release and exhale, just release any density. Taking control of that which you can control. We can come back to ourselves and our center. Just taking a breath in and out. Being grateful for being alive and having breath and having our body to connect into and having each other. Just opening your eyes when you're ready. Welcome back. So that was my share for today, and if you feel inclined, feel free to connect with me. We get to choose. And if you want to wrong me, you can. If you want to wrong anyone else, you can. And that's okay, you're entitled to that. I just choose not to take it on. But I choose to see you where you are, and I'll love you there anyway. Thank you for all that you be and everything that you're choosing in this moment. And I just invite you to connect in with what it is that lights you up and makes you feel love. Honey, yeah, what makes you feel love, puppy? What makes you feel seen and heard? I love you. Have an amazing day. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and follow for more. And please comment and let us know, what was your favorite part about this video? What was the thing that really deeply resonated with you that you can take away and apply in your life today? Biggest love to you. I look forward to hearing and speaking to you next time.